I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to tell you something uncomfortable. If you are doing this one thing, AI will replace you before you even realize what happened. Not because you are lazy, not because you are stupid, but because the system does not care about effort. It only cares about usefulness. Most people think AI will replace factory workers first, then drivers, then office clerks. That's wrong. AI does not replace jobs. It replaces behaviors. And the first behavior it replaces is something millions of people do every single day: following instructions without thinking. If your job depends on repeating the same steps, if your work can be written as a checklist, if your value comes from doing what you are told, you are already replaceable. The system just hasn't told you yet. People feel safe because they're busy. Busy does not mean valuable. AI doesn't get tired. It doesn't complain. It doesn't ask questions. So if your role is to execute, not decide, AI is already better than you. This is the uncomfortable truth. Most people are not paid to think. They are paid to comply. And compliance is the easiest thing to automate. Another mistake people make is believing experience will protect them. I've been doing this for 10 years. I know this job inside out. That mindset is dangerous. Experience only protects you if the environment stays the same. The environment is not staying the same. AI does not care how long you have done something. It only cares how efficiently it can do it now. A person with 15 years of experience can be replaced by a system trained in 6 months if the task is predictable. This is why people feel shocked when they suddenly become irrelevant. Not fired, not replaced publicly, just ignored. Emails stop coming, responsibilities shrink, decisions are made without them. That's how replacement actually happens, quietly. Another habit that makes people vulnerable is waiting for permission, waiting for a boss to tell them what to learn, waiting for the company to reskill them, waiting for the market to stabilize. The future does not reward waiting. It rewards those who move early without guarantees. People say, "I'll learn AI when it becomes necessary." By the time it feels necessary, you are already late. The people who survive are not experts. They are adapters. They learn just enough, fast enough to stay relevant. They don't master one tool. They understand patterns. Most people don't want to hear this, but comfort is the real enemy. Comfort tells you, you're fine. Your job is safe. You still have time. AI does not announce deadlines. It just shows up one day doing your work faster than you. And the system chooses efficiency every single time. If your job exists because of tradition, because this is how it's always been done, you are at risk. If your value comes from being available, not from creating leverage, you are at risk. If you rely on a single skill, a single role, a single identity, you are fragile. This video is not telling you to panic. Panic makes people stupid. This video is telling you to become aware. Ask yourself one honest question. If my job disappeared tomorrow, what would still make me useful? If the answer is unclear, that's your signal. The future belongs to people who think, learn, and adopt continuously. Not the loudest, not the busiest, the most flexible. AI will not replace everyone, but it will replace those who refuse to change how they create value. If you don't want to be one of them, you need to stop waiting, stop complying blindly, and start thinking in systems. This channel exists for that reason. If you want comfort, this is not the place. If you want clarity, you're in the right place. Subscribe to Future Shock, because the future won't warn you again.
Most people believe they will notice the moment they become replaceable. They imagine a clear signal, a warning, a conversation, or at least a feeling of danger. That belief is comforting, but it is false. Replacement does not announce itself. It arrives quietly, disguised as optimization, efficiency, and improvement. The system does not tell you that you are no longer essential. It simply stops depending on you. This is why so many people are confused when their careers stall. They are still working, they are still busy, they are still showing up every day, yet opportunities stop coming. Growth slows down. Decisions are made elsewhere. This is not a coincidence. It is a signal that their role has shifted from contributor to placeholder, and placeholders are always temporary. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming intelligence will protect them. They believe that being smart, educated, or experienced automatically makes them safe. But intelligence alone is not what systems value. Systems value usefulness within constraints. If your intelligence is applied only inside narrow, predefined boundaries, it can still be automated. In fact, structured intelligence is often the easiest to replace. AI excels at environments where rules exist, where patterns repeat, and where outcomes can be measured. Many people unknowingly place themselves inside these environments by seeking certainty. They choose roles that feel clear, predictable, and stable. Over time, this desire for certainty becomes a trap. The more predictable your work becomes, the easier it is to model, and the easier it is to model, the easier it is to replace. Another dangerous habit is mistaking tools for skills. Many people build their entire value around knowing a specific software, platform, or system. They feel powerful because they are fluent in the tool. But tools are temporary. They change, they update, or they disappear. When that happens, those who tied their identity to the tool collapse with it. The future does not reward tool dependence, it rewards tool independence. People who survive long-term are not attached to how something is done. They understand why it is done. They can switch tools, methods, and processes because their value is not locked into a single interface. This difference is subtle but critical. One person asks, "Which button do I press?" The other asks, "What problem am I solving?" Only one of those questions survives automation. There is also a hidden psychological factor that accelerates replacement: avoidance of discomfort. Learning new systems feels uncomfortable. Starting from zero feels humiliating. Admitting that a skill is losing value feels threatening. So people delay. They tell themselves they will adapt later when it becomes necessary. But the future does not wait for emotional readiness. It moves forward regardless of how prepared people feel. By the time adaptation feels urgent, the gap has already formed. Others have already moved. Opportunities have already shifted. What remains is competition under pressure, and pressure always produces worse decisions. This is why early adaptation looks boring and unnecessary, while late adaptation feels chaotic and overwhelming. Most people want certainty before they act. They want guarantees that learning something new will pay off. They want clear outcomes before investing effort. But the future does not offer guarantees, it offers probabilities. Those who understand this act based on direction, not certainty. They move when signals appear, not when outcomes are confirmed. AI does not eliminate the need for humans, it eliminates the need for humans who wait, who follow, and who repeat. The remaining space belongs to those who think in systems, who question processes, and who can operate without detailed instructions. This is not about becoming a programmer or a technologist, it is about becoming adaptive. If you rely on someone else to tell you what to learn, you are already behind. If you wait for your company to retrain you, you are already late. The future rewards self-directed people because systems cannot manage complexity fast enough to guide everyone. Direction is shifting inward. Responsibility is shifting inward. Those who do not accept this will feel lost even when surrounded by information. This is why so many people feel overwhelmed but directionless. They consume content, read advice, and watch explanations, yet nothing changes. Information without action creates the illusion of progress. The system does not reward awareness, it rewards application. Knowing that AI is changing things is irrelevant unless it changes how you position yourself. Part 1 was about behavior. This part is about positioning. Where you place yourself matters more than how hard you work. The future belongs to those who place themselves where learning is constant, where change is normal, and where thinking is required. Everyone else will feel increasingly replaceable, even if they cannot explain why. And the most dangerous part is this: the system will never tell you that you waited too long. It will simply move on.
One of the most dangerous beliefs people still carry is the idea that hard work alone will protect them. This belief was true in a slower world. It was true when effort was visible, when productivity was limited by human capacity, and when systems rewarded persistence over leverage. That world no longer exists. Today, effort is invisible unless it produces scalable results. Working harder does not automatically mean becoming more valuable. In many cases, it simply means becoming more exhausted. The system does not measure how much energy you spend. It measures what comes out at the end. This is why so many hardworking people feel frustrated. They are doing everything they were told to do. They arrive early, stay late, and remain loyal. Yet their position does not improve. Promotions slow down, salaries stagnate, influence disappears. This is not because they lack discipline. It is because discipline without leverage has lost power. Hard work used to be rare. Today, it is common. Millions of people work hard. Very few people create disproportionate value. Automation accelerates this gap. When a system can multiply output without multiplying effort, effort becomes cheap. Leverage becomes expensive. This is why one person with the right positioning can outperform hundreds of hardworking individuals. The system is not unfair, it is optimized. Another uncomfortable truth is that many people work hard on the wrong things. They optimize tasks that should not exist. They perfect processes that are already becoming obsolete. They become extremely efficient at something the future no longer needs. From the outside, this looks like dedication. From the system's perspective, it looks like misallocated energy. AI exposes this brutally. It does not respect effort, it respects outcomes. If a task can be done faster without human involvement, human effort becomes irrelevant. This is why trying harder often accelerates burnout instead of protection. People push themselves deeper into roles that are shrinking, hoping effort will save them. But effort cannot save a role that no longer creates unique value. Many people confuse busyness with importance. They measure their worth by how full their calendar is, how many emails they answer, how many meetings they attend. AI excels in busy environments. Scheduling, reporting, tracking, summarizing, responding, these are not signs of importance. They are signs of structure, and structure is the easiest thing to automate. In the future, value shifts away from execution and toward judgment, away from repetition and toward synthesis, away from following instructions and toward designing systems. This transition is subtle, but it changes everything. Those who remain focused on execution will feel pressure increasing every year. Those who move toward judgment will gain space, flexibility, and influence. This does not mean everyone must become a leader or a visionary. It means everyone must understand the system they operate within. They must know why their work exists, what problem it solves, and what would happen if it disappeared. People who cannot answer these questions clearly are vulnerable, no matter how hard they work. Another reason hard work fails as protection is speed. AI improves continuously. Humans improve intermittently. A person can work hard for years to master a skill. A system can improve the same skill every day without fatigue. This asymmetry changes the rules. Hard work that is not directed toward adaptability becomes a liability. It locks people into fixed patterns while the environment moves on. The future does not reward those who sacrifice the most. It rewards those who choose carefully where to apply effort. Strategic effort beats maximum effort. Directed learning beats endless labor. The people who survive are not those who push themselves the hardest, but those who reposition themselves the fastest. This is why awareness matters more than motivation. Motivation tells people to try harder. Awareness tells people to try differently. One leads to exhaustion, the other leads to leverage. AI does not remove the need for effort, it removes the value of undirected effort. Part 3 is about letting go of a comforting lie. Hard work is not useless, but it is no longer sufficient. Without adaptability, without strategic positioning, and without the willingness to abandon outdated roles, hard work becomes invisible. The future will not reward invisible effort. And the people who understand this early will not panic. They will quietly adjust while others continue running faster in the wrong direction. Hard work is no longer enough, and the real question becomes uncomfortable but necessary. What actually makes someone difficult to replace in the age of artificial intelligence? The answer is not a single skill, a single job title, or a single certification. Those things change too quickly. What protects people in the future is not what they know, but how they operate. The most valuable people are not those who follow instructions perfectly. They are those who can operate without instructions. They can see incomplete information, unclear goals, and messy situations, and still move forward. AI struggles most when problems are unstructured, when there is no clear rulebook, no fixed checklist, and no obvious path. Humans who thrive in uncertainty occupy the last remaining space of advantage. Another trait that makes people hard to replace is the ability to connect different parts of a system. AI is excellent at optimizing within boundaries, but humans still excel at seeing across boundaries. When someone understands how technology, people, incentives, and timing interact, their value increases. They are not just executing tasks, they are shaping outcomes. Systems protect those who shape outcomes. People who are difficult to replace also invest in learning how to learn. They do not chase trends blindly, but they also do not ignore them. They develop the habit of rapid understanding. When a new tool appears, they do not panic or resist. They explore it just enough to understand what it changes. This habit compounds over time. While others feel overwhelmed, they feel curious. Another critical factor is ownership of problems. Replaceable people wait to be assigned tasks. Valuable people look for problems that are not yet assigned. They notice friction, inefficiency, and confusion, and they step into those gaps voluntarily. This behavior signals initiative, judgment, and responsibility. Systems may automate tasks, but they still rely on humans to define which problems matter. Communication also changes in value. In the past, communication meant passing information. Today, information is abundant. What becomes valuable is interpretation, the ability to explain complexity clearly, to translate technical ideas into human decisions, and to align people around understanding. Those who can reduce confusion become anchors in unstable environments. People who survive the future also detach their identity from a single role. They do not say, "I am this job." They say, "I solve these kinds of problems." This shift seems small, but it is powerful. When a role disappears, their sense of self does not collapse. They move sideways instead of falling downward. Identity flexibility becomes psychological armor. Another overlooked advantage is calmness under pressure. As automation increases, change accelerates. People who panic make reactive decisions. People who remain calm see options others miss. Calm is not passivity, it is clarity without noise. AI may process faster, but it does not understand context the way a composed human does. Composure becomes a competitive edge. The future also rewards those who understand incentives. They do not ask only what is possible, but what is rewarded. They align their effort with forces that already exist instead of fighting them. This reduces friction and increases leverage. People who misunderstand incentives work hard against the current. People who understand them move with it. None of this requires genius. It requires awareness, humility, and intentional practice.
Becoming harder to replace is not about escaping technology, it's about repositioning within it. Those who see AI as an enemy waste energy. Those who see it as an environment learn how to operate inside it. Part 4 is not about false optimism. Not everyone will succeed, not everyone will adapt, but those who focus on adaptability rather than comfort, on learning rather than defending the past, dramatically increase their odds. The future does not guarantee safety, it rewards alignment. By this point, one thing should be clear. Replaceability is not a moment, it is a direction, and so is resilience. The direction you choose now determines which one you move toward.
At this point, one thing should be impossible to ignore. The future is not waiting for anyone to feel ready. It is already moving, already restructuring, already deciding what is useful and what is not. The danger is not that people will lose their jobs overnight. The real danger is that people will slowly lose relevance without realizing it, until adapting feels impossible. Most people do not fail because they make a wrong decision. They fail because they delay the right one. They wait for clarity, for stability, for permission, for confidence. But the future does not reward those who wait to feel confident. It rewards those who act while uncertainty still exists. This is why so many people look back and say they saw the signs but did nothing. Seeing the signs is not preparation. Acting on them is. Ignoring these changes does not keep life stable. It makes the shock harsher when it finally arrives. Those who adapt early experience controlled discomfort. Those who adapt late experience forced disruption. The difference is not intelligence, it is timing. Preparation always feels unnecessary until it becomes too late. Another uncomfortable truth is that no system is coming to save individuals. Companies optimize, institutions lag, governments react slowly. Responsibility is shifting downward, not upward. This does not mean the future is hopeless. It means the future demands ownership. Those who take ownership of their learning, positioning, and adaptability retain agency. Those who outsource responsibility slowly lose control. The purpose of this video is not to create fear. Fear narrows thinking. The purpose is to create awareness. Awareness expands options. When you understand how systems change, you stop taking disruption personally. You stop blaming yourself emotionally and start adjusting strategically. This shift alone separates those who panic from those who reposition. What happens next depends on what you do with this awareness. You can ignore it and continue operating as if the past rules still apply. Many people will do that. Or you can start questioning your role, your skills, and your assumptions. You can start moving toward environments that reward thinking, learning, and adaptability. These choices do not require dramatic life changes. They require direction. The future does not need you to be perfect. It needs you to be intentional. Intentional about what you learn. Intentional about how you spend your time. Intentional about the value you create. Small, intentional adjustments compound faster than dramatic, last-minute reactions. This channel exists for people who choose the second path. Not panic, not denial, but preparation. Future Shock is about understanding direction before pressure forces decisions. It is about seeing clearly in a world full of noise, hype, and false confidence. If this video made you uncomfortable, that discomfort is useful. It means old assumptions are breaking. The future will continue to change. AI will continue to improve. Systems will continue to optimize. That is not something to fear, it is something to understand. Those who understand early gain time. Those who gain time gain options, and options are the real form of security. If you want comfort, this channel will not give it to you. But if you want clarity, if you want to understand how the future actually works, and if you want to stay ahead rather than catch up, then you are in the right place. Subscribe to Future Shock. not because it feels good, but because it matters. The future will not announce itself again.